So in FC24, there is an ability to change a player's position. This works on pretty much any player that you can go with, but does come with a little bit of a catch. So on the main menus, what you want to head into is into your squad hub. This will then load up all of the players on your team. You could go through absolutely everything, but if you go down, for instance, say if we wanted to change, of course, Harry Maguire, you press him in and then you've got a few different things you can do. So you can change the kit number, team management, team sheet, remove off, but you have got something called a development plan. Once you've done this, you'll go into a new kind of setting and you can kind of change the different growths of him and it will kind of give you a balance of what actually gets upgraded. But as you can see, just next to growth, you've got position. So for this one, we're going to see at the top right there, if you wanted to go into a right wing back, it'll take 475 weeks ETA to change him from a centre back into a right wing back. If then we wanted to change him into a striker, every time we move the position completely away from what they are, so as a centre back, it would be much more easier to become a right back, left back, or even a CDM, which is the easiest, compared to going into a striker, which more than likely it's going to take less than a left back. So apparently Maguire's got a better chance of becoming a striker than a left wing back. It might just be down to stats, but for instance with a striker it'll take him 369 weeks. If we press A on that, as we go through the weeks, it will take that long as an ETA to change him. So we can back out of that and it will basically have him as a striker in the coming months. So you will have to keep going as a centre-back to start with before he fully changes. And then obviously the stats will kind of change for him. So as we can see next to the stats, the kind of little white, yellow lines, that is basically the stats that will be changed to turn him into a striker, so he might get a bit more pace. It doesn't mean he's going to be a very good striker, but it definitely means that he could make it into there. As well, you can see that he will add some skill moves as well, whether you'd like to do that or not. I would suggest to make sure that you are not taking out a vital position. So for instance, say if we wanted to take a youngster, we'll go with Garnacho, for instance. We want him as a striker as well. He is a winger at the moment, so we could change him all the way up to a striker, which takes 204 weeks. If we wanted to go for a centre forward, it only takes 28 weeks. And you can see there, he has a bit more of a boost in terms of them stats. The kind of different, the younger they are, I can imagine the better the transformation would be. For instance, with Maguire, he's kind of getting on a little bit. He's not going to turn into the next best striker, whereas potentially a right mid or a CDM, a centre mid for Garnacho could suit him. Whether it does is a completely different one. And as you can see, sometimes it can take a long time. It's nearly 700 weeks for Garnacho to become a CDM. But that's how you change it. You just follow on with your career mode, change whoever you'd like, and you can do it like that. Let me know if this helps.